Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Blogs by Zara. I'm Zara Brimby and you're listening to a week in women's and men's sport in Australia. So let's talk about round 4 of AFLW. So the first game of the round started with a game between Western Bulldogs and Carlton at Whitten Oval. The Bulldogs came out firing in the first term, kicking 1 goal for behinds to Carlton's nothing. The Dogs kept the momentum going, kicking 5 goals for in the second quarter to Carlton's still scoreless. Carlton finally got on the board in the third quarter, kicking 2 goals won, all coming from recently returned Lauren Arnell to the Bulldogs 2 goals won. The Bulldogs finished off strong, kicking 4 goals 5 to Carlton's nothing. Brooke Lachlan was the standout, booting 7 goals 3, breaking the record and helping the Bulldogs win 86-13. Amber Kearney was also another standout, having 26 disposals, and Ellie Blackburn with the next highest at 18. The Bulldogs as a team also broke another record for the night with the most points scored in AFLW. The next game was between the Brisbane Lions and Fremantle Dockers at South Pine. The conditions were very challenging, but both teams adjusted well. It was a close game to start out with, Fremantle kicking the only point in the first quarter. The Lions finally got some momentum, kicking 1 goal 1 to Fremantle's 1 point. After the break, the Lions kicked another 2 goals 2 to Fremantle's first goal of the game, as well as 1 point. The Lions kept the charge going in the last term, kicking 1 goal 2 to Fremantle's 1 goal to win by 7 points, 22-15. Brisbane led in disposals, handballs and kicks, while Jess Bushner kicked the most of the game of 2. Lutkins spent the most time with the ball, racking up 18 disposals, while Donnellan was the best tackler with 10. The next game was between Melbourne and Collingwood in Alice Springs. So Melbourne got out of the blocks early, kicking 2 goals 2 to Collingwood's nothing. Collingwood then took the pace away from Melbourne, answering with 3 goals 2 to Melbourne's nothing in the second term. After the break, Collingwood wouldn't give up, kicking 3 goals 2 to Melbourne's 1 goal 2. Nothing would stop Collingwood in the last term, kicking 3 goals to Melbourne's 2 points to win by 34-58-24. So Collingwood finally got their first win of the season, while Melbourne has now lost 2 games in a row. So Moana Hope was the best scorer for the game, booting 2 goals 3, Edwards kicking 2 goals. O'Day and Lambert spent equal time with the Sharon, racking up 19 disposals each, and Paxman counting 18. Jazzy Garner was the best tackler, counting 8. The last game of the round was played between the Adelaide Crows and GWS at Blacktown International Sports Park in Sydney. So the game started out with it being a close one, with both kicking 1 goal 1 in the first term. The second quarter was a GWS goal along with 3 points, while the Crows kicked 1 point to end the first half. The Crows only recorded 1 point in the third quarter, while the Giants recorded 2 points. Adelaide finally kicked another goal, but that led the game into a tie, the first tie of the season at 19 each. Staunton kicked the most for the game, booting 1 goal 2. Alicia Eva spent the most time with the football, racking up 23 disposals, and Ebony Marinoff broke a record with the most tackles in a game, counting 21. At the end of the round 4 ladder, it was pretty even, with all 8 teams still in contention for finals. Western Bulldogs are on top, with Brisbane close behind, followed by Melbourne, Fremantle, Carlton, GWS, Adelaide and Collingwood. So round 4 rising star nominees were Monique Conti and Aisling Utru, both from the Western Bulldogs. That's it for this week's episode of Blogs by Zara, and thanks for tuning in for this short episode. Next week's episode will be a bit different, so stay tuned.